Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Gunners Guild. Last time I did an update video for the 5.1 and Arc Tempered monsters, it focused mainly on the Xeno'Jiiva set and some Bowgun updates, but that's about it. Well, while this is still true, I have expanded my set list greatly, and while some sets are still the same, I have a lot more stuff to kind of cover and go over now. I'm just going to be playing a slideshow for the sets here as I briefly go over the changes, so feel free to stop at any point or just check the Imgur albums in the description. So starting off with bows, I have now made 2 to 3 sets for each bow, basically having one with Constitution 1, one with Constitution 3, and one with Stamina Cap up. Some also have a Xeno set, and I'll get into that in a minute. So the reasoning behind this is that you can use Con 1 if you're popping vouchers and eating for Black Belt. Black Belt gives negative 15% stamina usage, and Dash Juice is another 25%, so you're already at the 40% of 50 cap. One rank of Constitution gets you that cap. Now, I'm just resetting my saves to keep my vouchers, and I eat for Black Belt basically anytime I do my runs now. But you don't have to do that. You can easily run the Con 3 sets and hit the cap that way. If you look at the sets, you don't really lose much for running Con 3. Maybe it's like 5% affinity or some amount of raw, which doesn't matter on a bow, but it's really not that big of an issue. Now, bows with stamina cap up, the reasoning behind this is that the kill times are becoming shorter and shorter, and we have less time to actually regen stamina. So having the extra 50 stamina is a huge chunk that lets us keep up our initial DPS longer. I think I might be able to shave off a couple seconds with my runs with this, but I haven't actually tried it out yet, so this is just theory crafting at this point, but I figured I'd make the sets anyway. Now, spare shot bow, to be totally honest, is probably useless. There's not very many cases where you actually want to run spare shot. I can think of a few, like using extra paracoats on Behemoth, Colv, or Deviljho, and maybe extra power coats on Arc Tempered monsters, but most of the monsters should die before you run out of coatings. Still, you don't lose too much power when you swap to it, so I kind of made the sets now in the event that I might want them later. Now other than that, bow is pretty much the same as it's always been, so no surprises there. On to Lipogun. I just have to say, I love Lipoguns so much more now, and they've gotten so much better with the Xeno'Jiiva set. So, spread 3 on Deviljho is the same, it's just stronger. It gained like 60 effective raw with the bump. You can also run spread dragon setup now with crit element, which has been amazing as well. Juratotus with spread 2 can run spare shot now, but it still doesn't quite catch up to Joe. I ran a few runs in comparison, and when you get a lot of good procs from spare shot, it just favors the spread 3s way too much. Wolftaroth's support Lipogun, the rapid fire normal 2 bullet hose, can also run spare shot now, but to be honest, it doesn't really make much of a difference. It already had a clip size of 8 with a fast reload, so spare shot's not really saving you a whole lot of time. On the other hand, you only lose 6 effective raw for running it, so you might as well. Now onto the actual surprises. So Pierce Lipogun actually functions decently now, while Lunostro's Styx Lipogun is still a champ. The Great Bowgun from the arena has made a comeback. It rocks spare shot now and has 20 effective raw over Luna, as well as less recoil. While Pierce is still pretty bad, it can cut through some monsters decently well, and it's gotten to the point where you can actually run it on like Nergigante, Diablos, Basil, Xeno, and Valhazak with pretty good success. Now you can also run things like Slice and Elemental, which are slightly better now, but outside of Ice on Diablos, you're better off just running spread for the most part. I don't want to advocate Elemental or Slice right now, despite the fact that I actually do use them at times because they're a good change of pace. They're just not very optimal. Now I included some sets here for giggles, but just try not to. I gave you the pass with Pierce for now, but let's calm down a little bit. And finally, Heavy Bowgun. So there are still 2 main sets here. You're either running Glutton or Clusters. We were given more flexibility with our sets, however you still need a bunch of attack decorations. It's just now we have the option to gem in a whole lot of more stuff. Like for Clusters, you can either run Heroics for non-TA runs, or you just eat for Heroics, up to you, it doesn't matter. Or you can run Agitator, or you can run Earplugs now, and you're not really sacrificing much to do it. TA Clusters is going to be awesome now, I can't wait to do more of those. You can also opt in Artillery 3 for Wyvern or not, totally up to you. For Glutton, We just have Xeno'Glutton now. There is no reason not to use it. It's OP. On the other note though, Horn got some decent buffs here, reaching 406 effective raw, which is batshit insane. Built for Wyvern Heart, it can seriously mess up monsters. I'm totally going to be trying TA Horn runs soon. On the surprising end though, with Xeno'Gamma, Pierce Heavy Bowgun is also pretty decent. It still has plenty of issues because it's Pierce, but it's actually decently strong now. It can work well on some monsters. So while I hate to say it, go ahead and use it. I mean, I know I've been talking shit about Pierce all year, but it's not too bad right now. Support emos like Slice and Sticky and Elemental for heavy bowguns are still pretty much memes and don't really bother using those. I gave you the pass with Pierce. Let's take it back a few notches and not get carried away though. Anyway, that's just a quick update on my sets and ideas going on right now. Apologies if it's not too much different from the past video, but we're basically running the same stuff, and I was just trying some things new. Don't expect any more updates until 18ERG, which is probably at the end of the year, if not early next year. That's probably when we'll see another content update. Anyway, thanks for listening, hunters. Take care.